Hello, Miss Vương.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, are you the speaker of the conference today?
Yeah, I'm the speaker of the
Okay,
session
so you
starting
haven't
from.
seen the slide, so in case of any problem happens, I don't know how to back up for you.
Because I already uploaded the recorded file.
Oh, okay. So it means that for this session you will play the pre-recorded videos.
Yeah,
Okay. Good luck to you.
yeah,
And
thank you.
okay, so I'm going to change your name a little bit.
Yeah,
Can you hear me clearly?
yes, I can do it.
Okay.
Got it. Done.
So our session will be scheduled at 2:55. So we will a little bit for the other participant to join in the Zoom, and then we can start the session. Okay?
Yeah,
Yep. Thank you.
you're welcome.
So your name is Vương, right?
Yeah, my name is Hoan. Vương is my last name.
Okay, okay. So Huang. Okay. So you have your co-author. You have another
Yeah,
person
right.
with you.
Yeah,
Yeah. So she join the Zoom right now.
she's trying to join the Zoom, but she's because of the emergency, she's not here today. That's why we have the recorded before.
Oh yeah, okay. So just only you.
Yep. So I'm gonna share my screen and then play the video, right?
Yes, so maybe you can try it right now, so to see if
Okay.
everything goes smoothly to prevent any mistakes or any problems happen. We still have some time, but then you can start right now.
You can see my screen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see your screen. Okay, I will make you the co-host so that it will be easier for you to function over here.
Okay.
Uh,
The link.
Participant room on and then co-host.
Hi everyone, it's our pleasure to attend Vitizo International Convention 2020. Our
So you can hear it
Yeah,
clearly?
sure. It's good. Yeah, I'll try to hear it from my headset.
Mm.
So I think it's time.
Yeah,
So I think it's time with Huang, right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so I would like to introduce a little bit about you before you proceed with your presentation.
yeah.
Okay, so good afternoon, our presenter and participants. Welcome to Virtual Viet Zone International Convention 2020. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to thank you so much for your participation and contributions to our yearly convention's success. We are moderator Nguyễn Thị Thanh Thanh from the University of Foreign Language Studies and moderator Nguyễn Thị Thu Thảo from University of Languages and International Studies, Hanoi, as the presentation's moderators. We are absolutely happy to see all of you in light of virtual present today, especially in these presentations. We highly hope that all of you will be able to have some valuable knowledge and experience and takeaways from following the talk. Before the presentations, there are a few considerations. In case you have any questions or concerns about the presentations, please feel free to leave them in the chat box so that we can gather the questions for easy response in the 5 to 10 minutes Q&A session. And there is a request from the organizer that all the speakers and participants rename yourself so the conference can be well aware of your roles in the conference. We gladly welcome all the speaker and participant in the Vietnam International Conventions. Now, would like to introduce our speakers for this afternoon session. Hoàng Thị Vương, Ms. Hoàng Thị Vương and Ms. Bé Thị Thảo. Ms. Hoàng Thị Vương is a doctoral candidate in language pedagogy in Olvos Lawrence University, Budapest, Hungary. She has been an English teacher and primary teacher trainer for years before being awarded stipendium Hungarian scholarship in August 2020. She was sponsored to participate in Vietnam International Conference with various roles as participant, poster presenter, and oral presenter. Her interests are primary teacher training and ICT in English language teaching and learning. Ms. Betty Thao has been teaching English at high school for 9 years before she moved to Douglas College of Pedagogy. She has been working with students with both weak and good English ability for years. She got her MA's in linguistics degrees in 2019. Her research interests includes English language teaching and learning strategies and digital innovation in language teaching and learning. Now, please welcome Ms. Hoàng Thị Vương and Ms. Bé Thị Thảo with a presentation on teaching natural English grammar for children in Vietnam context, a big challenge. Okay, so welcome the speakers. I will give the floor for you and good luck to your presentation.
Thank you for your introduction. So now I would like to share my screen.
Hi everyone, it's our pleasure to attend Vietnam International Convention 2020. Our topic today is teaching natural English grammar for children in Vietnam context, a big challenge. My name is Vuong Thị Hoan. I'm a PhD candidate at Untitled Chapter University, Budapest, Hungary.
My name is Bé Thị Thao. I'm a regular education officer at Douglas College of Pedagogy.
This is the table of content of our presentation today. Let's start with the first part, introduction.
Teaching grammar is thought to be the most challenging part of the teaching process. For a long time, teachers who work with young learners often think of the question, how to teach grammar naturally and effectively, as children are not good at understanding abstract concepts and grammar rules. Many researchers have figured out the ways of organizing a good grammar class, but the matter of bringing the grammar parts into real-life context is discussed inadequately. In addition, the shortcomings of using these kinds of activities are not mentioned completely. Teaching natural grammar for young learners is absolutely left open. This led to the conduction of this study. This study is aimed to answer the following question. First, what is the situation of English grammar teaching to young learners in Đắk Lắk? Second, what are the difficulties in teaching natural grammar to young learners in Đắk Lắk? Third, what are the shortcomings of using songs, games, and pictures in teaching English grammar to young learners? And last, what are some suggestions on how to teach natural English grammar to young learners effectively in
I need it.
I continue with part two literature review. I'll deal with brief descriptions of literature review. Firstly, I would like to mention the definitions of grammar. Grammar provides a highly cohesive system concerning the formation and transmission of language. Grammar deals with the abstract system of rules in terms of which a person's mastery of his native language can be explained. Because grammar is such a structured science, it is of the greatest importance that we teach it in a structured way. There is a controversy issues that whether or not students at primary school should study English grammar and how. According to Barbara 2007, it is not difficult to start grammar instruction in the third years of schooling. And as you know, according to the curriculum issued by Vietnamese Ministry of Training and Education, the student at primary school starts studying English as a compulsory subject when they are in grade 3, while the more sedentary skills of reading and writing are an essential component of grammar education. Active learning with kinetics exercises can play a vital part in reinforcement, especially with younger age groups. Part 3 Methodology.
111 primary teachers from Bun Ho Town and Eka district took part in the research by answering the 4 questionnaires. Among the participants, the female was in the majority with 95.2%. There are 66.4% of the participant ages range from 25 to 35. In terms of qualification, there are 66% of the teachers who held a bachelor degree of English language teaching. And in terms of teaching experience, there are 53% of the respondents who have taught in the primary school from 5 to 10 years. In our research, we use 5 questionnaires as the measuring instrument. The first questionnaire consists of 30 questions. It is designed to ask about general information such as qualification, professional development, or teachers' attitude towards teaching English grammar, etc. The last 3 questionnaires is designed to ask data about the situation of using songs, games, and pictures in teaching English grammar. In the procedures of data collection, we use the Microsoft form to launch the questionnaire. After the first questionnaire was delivered and analyzed, we, we deliver the last 3 questionnaire to ask about the situation of using songs, games, and pictures, and their shortcomings of using them in the classroom.
Part 4 Findings and Discussions. After analyzing the data, so we categorize the findings into several groups. Firstly, I would like to mention the teacher's attitude towards teaching English grammar to young learners.
So the speaker, can you mute? Can you unmute yourself again? The speaker.
Teachers in Daklak, and the following are four most frequently encountered difficulties by English primary teachers in Daklak. The first one, I mean that the most frequently encountered difficulty is that students usually focus on vocabulary and meaning rather than grammatical rules when they produce English. The second most is that young learners find it difficult to understand and memorize grammatical terminologies. The third most frequently encountered difficulty is that there is a shortage of short training courses for teachers on how to teach natural English grammar to children organized by relevant agencies. I have been teaching English to young learners for about 6 years, and since the first day of my teaching, I have never attended any short training courses on how to teach natural English grammar. And the fourth frequently encountered difficulties is that children's concentration spans is not long enough for teachers to finalize natural English grammar activities. And when we ask about the staff included in the teaching procedure, when the when teachers when they using songs, so the results show that the teachers use a lot of steps, and the most frequently use steps are set the context, pre-teach vocabulary, listening for the gist, practice pronunciation, including intonation, stretch words, stretch sentence, sing the song with the whole class. And 5.13, 5.13 is the average rating by the teachers when they are asked to evaluate their student perceptions of grammar points mentioned in your songs. And 5.07 is the average grade that the teacher gave when they are asked about the applications of grammar of their student learn from the songs in producing English. So these number are not high results that we expect. And some shortcomings of using song in teaching natural English grammar to young learners are listed thanks to analyzing the questionnaires. And there are some popular shortcomings of using songs are showed. The first one is some the first one is that some parts of song lyrics don't sound natural in a real world context. Some parts of the song lyrics don't convey complete meaning. Some parts of the song lyrics break grammar rules. I can say this one is the most serious problem when using song to teach English grammar to children. And the last one is the omissions of endings happens while listening to songs. And next is I would like to talk about the situation as well as the shortcoming of using game in teaching grammar to young learners. And these, let's take a look at the bar chart on the screen so you can see some popular games that the teacher used to teach grammar to young learners. They use flashcard games, role play, and dramatic play, board games, song games, and action games. Some steps that they take to teach English grammar to young learners are organizing the class, introducing the game, pre-teaching vocabulary, grammar introduction, practice pronunciation. But this one consider the list used I mean that the list frequently used to step to teach grammar to young learners, and encouraging students to join in the games, and they don't usually change games when students feel bored. When we look at this result, we can see a difference between using songs and using games. And 6.36 is average rating that the teacher answer when they are asked about the student perception of grammar points mentioned in using games. And 6.27 is average rating uh, when the teacher evaluated their student application of grammar in producing English. And we can see that these average ratings are higher than those of using songs. And the pie chart shows that only the majority of the majority of teachers who are asked think that using game is a perfect tool to teach natural English grammar. Only 5.5% think that it is not. And some shortcomings are listed. Some shortcomings related to using games in teaching natural English grammar to young learners are also listed after analyzing the data. And two more popular shortcomings that the teacher encounter are, are as follow. The first, games may be a source of distraction and waste of time if they are not designed correctly. And the second popular is that it is sometimes difficult for a teacher to control as children too much moved and spoke. And the pie chart showed that the majority of teachers use picture of individual persons or pictures of individual persons or things, and pictures of situations. Picture series seem to be the least used to in teaching young learners. Some activities that the teachers use when harnessing pictures in teaching English grammar is describing. And the second most is grammar introduction, making up a story, and partial pictures used to guess the whole picture. And the final one is identifying the similarities as well as the differences between two pictures. So the result on the screen is a little bit different from these two previous results. The first one shows that um, the first one shows that the teachers evaluate 6.11 for the perception of the student about the grammar points mentioned in used pictures, and they evaluated 5.5 for average rating uh, for about for the student application of grammar learned from the pictures in producing English. With the first one is higher than using songs, but the second result is a little similar and less and lower than using games. Some shortcomings are listed as follow. Student might miss the point of a picture or story for personal or cultural reasons. Students who know a limited number of crucial items might encounter difficulties in running activity using pictures. Students find it difficult to create a story linking the whole picture series. Picture size is very limited for the students of the large class. Coloring printing pictures is costly compared with using picture files. Carrying too many pictures is not convenient for teachers. Finally, we come up with some suggestions for the teachers at primary schools in teaching grammar to young learners. First, using songs, games, and pictures in moderation due to their shortcomings mentioned in this research. Second, taking an adequate number of necessary steps in teaching grammar in case of using songs, games, pictures in order to ensure the teaching quality. Finally, designing various sets of pictures which are aside part of speech and meaning in advance to teach students how to build a sentence. Accordingly, a game is created using these series of pictures because of the fact that there is a limited number of new words for the student in grade 3 or 4 or 5, so teachers can have various sets of pictures that they have already assigned the part of speech like verb or noun and the meaning in advance. So we use this series of pictures to help students build a sentence. And we also have a game accordingly, like we give them several pictures from the, the first group, which are nouns. um, we can give them several pictures which demonstrate some verbs, and we also give them some pictures shows in, I mean that adverbial say adverbial phrase like adverb of place or adverb of time, and then they can make different sentences from the pictures the teacher gives. And this is the references of our research. We also included some questionnaire in appendix part. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for your presentation. So if the participants have any questions, you can leave them in the chat box. So the speaker can answer. Or you can ask directly to the speaker so she can answer any questions. Speaker, please unmute yourself and communicate a little bit with the participants. Yeah, and the participant, if you have any questions, please just feel free to ask. Yeah, because I think that the presentation is very beneficial and meaningful to our teacher. And I think that it's a good chance for it to share knowledge. And if you have any questions, you can ask.
Excuse me, because there is another noise.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Maybe the interference noise from somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
So let me say something about our research because it's sorry, it's too noisy for me.
Yeah, it's from, I don't know where it's from. But still, I hear your voice very clearly. So could you please just ignore it and then continue with the, yeah, communication, and then communicate with the participant a little bit. The participant, do you
Okay,
have any
I would like to
questions?
share something about our research because Yeah. So far, I haven't received any question from the participant.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a quite long research because we have 4 questionnaires. We aim to investigate a lot of things relating to teaching natural grammars to young learners. And the number of, I mean that the sample is a little bit big. We have 111 participants. So I've tried to make our research, our presentation as short as possible. Actually, we have a lot of pieces of information that we really want to include. If you have any interest in my research, so please contact me. And I really want to, I would like to receive some feedback from you so that I can finalize my research.
So I have a question that because I think that one of the difficulties that cause yeah that children have when they studying natural English grammar is that they have the mother tongue interference, right? So when they speak Vietnamese or
Sorry,
something,
because of the noise, I cannot hear your question clearly. The noise is a little bit loud.
yeah. So actually, I don't know where it's come from because one of the participant I already mute the participants, so don't know where it's come from. And it seems that it's not Vietnamese; it's kind of
Yeah.
other languages. Yeah, my question is, do you think that mother tongue of the children is also a big problem to them in teaching, in learning natural English grammar?
Sure. It's a big problem because I teaching English in Dak Lak, so it's a mountainous provincial area. So we have 2 kinds of, I can say that 2 different groups of learners. One who they have their mother tongue is Vietnamese, and one maybe other language or other ethnic groups language. So it's also a big problem for us because it's really influence on how to build a sentence, how to absorb the grammatical knowledge.
That's right. So how do we deal with that problems?
So to deal this problem, we have to tell you the truth, we have a lot of ways to do it. But the most important thing is that uh, proceed them. We need to conduct them in a proper way. As my research mentioned, we have 3 most ways to teach English grammar to young learners. That is songs and pictures and games. But in my research, there are some shortcomings which are listed. So I think that we should use them in moderations. And we need to figure out a set of the steps which can ensure the quality.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
We have another questions over here. What kinds of methods that you use to collect the data? Yeah, in the chat box. Yeah, so could you please?
We use the Microsoft Forms. We design 4 questionnaires on Microsoft Form, and I can tell you a little bit about the procedure that we collect the data. It's a little bit kind of burden. And we luckily for us we chose that is a training course conducted in Đắk Lắk province in several places at the division of training and education in some district like Buôn Hồ town or Eka town. So we try to we arrange time and then we attended the training course. We asked for the participants favor to answer the question for us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Are there any questions from the participants?
We have one question in the chat box.
Yeah, one question in the chat box. Did you interview the participant or did you conduct teaching?
I just conducted the questionnaires. I didn't interview the participant. And conduct teaching, to tell you the truth, I have 6 years, no, actually 10 years. 10 years of teaching young learners, but in public school, only 6 years.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. So this is very productive this afternoon, and then you bring us a lot of knowledge and also share with us a lot of findings for your research. And I hope that you will have a very productive and fruitful and successful future for your career. Thank you very much. Yeah, and this is also the end of our session. Thank you very much for speaker for your presentation and also the participants who participate on our convention today. Yeah, and now it's time to say goodbye and good luck to you and have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you very much and goodbye.
So if you have any questions, you can send it directly to the speaker by emails. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Yeah, so if you are interested in the next session, we can continue for the next speaker. Yeah, and the next speaker, so our next speaker, Nguyễn Diệu and Nguyễn Thị Hải Hà, are you there? Yeah, so I see
Yes.
you here. Okay, great. Mm. So I think it's time for us to start this session. Let's see how many participants that we have. Okay, now I would like to introduce the speaker. Yeah, before you can start your sessions this afternoon. Yeah. So good afternoon, our presenters and participants. Welcome to the virtual Viet Thi Son International Convention 2020. On behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to thank you so much for your participation and contributions to our yearly convention's success. We are moderator Nguyễn Thị Thanh Thanh from the University of Foreign Language Studies and moderator Nguyễn Thị Thu Thảo from University of Languages and International Studies, Hanoi, at the presentations moderators. We are absolutely happy to see all of you in light of virtual reference today, especially in these presentations. We highly hope that all of you will be able to have some valuable knowledge and experience as takeaways following the talk. Before the presentation, there are a few considerations. In case you have any questions or concern about the presentation, please feel free to leave them in the chat box so that we can gather the questions for easy response in the 5 to 10 minutes Q&A session. There is a request from the organizer that all the speaker and participant rename yourself so that the conference can be aware of your roles in the conference. Now we gladly welcome all the speaker and participant to the Viet Thi Son International Conference again. And we would like to introduce our speaker for this afternoon session. Welcome Ms. Nguyễn Diệu and Nguyễn Thị Hải Hà. Short introductions of the speaker. Ms. Nguyễn Diệu is as an English teacher at BRVT College of Education since 2007. Ms. Nguyễn is extremely committed to innovating her teaching method. She makes her every endeavor to amplify her students' voice and empower them to make decisions about their own learning. Her title, Excellent Teachers, is a deserving reward of her non-stop effort during her 13 years teaching time. Additionally, her enormous enthusiasm for incorporating educational technology into her teaching English and her advocacy for student engagement and empowerment with the titles as a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert and a Flipgrid Certificated Educator. Ms. Nguyễn Thị Hải Hà bears multiple faces in Vietnamese academia. She has been a lecturer of University of Languages and International Studies, Vietnam, National University since 2002, and also as a passionate advocate for self-professional development and leadership. Ms. has served voluntarily in a state alumni-initiated organization, GEIST International Foundation, as the country chair for Vietnam. Now please welcome Ms. Nguyễn Diệu and Nguyễn Thị Hải Hà with a presentation on incorporating Flipgrid into teaching pronunciation to first year English major at Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu College of Education. Now warmly welcomes the two speakers today. Yes, so the speaker, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, can you hear me well?
Yeah, great, nice.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to say thanks to Ms. Han for your support during our presentation. Right. First of all, I would like to introduce something about myself. I am Diệu. I have worked at Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu College of Education for over 15 years. And in this project, I'm very, it's my honor to work with Miss Nguyễn Thị Hải Hà. In this product, we have great passion for incorporating education technology into English language teaching. So I hope that after our presentation, we receive a lot of questions. It shows that you have big concern for our study. And now, Miss Hải Hà, could you say something?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our presentation today. And we have already prepared a recorded video, and we do hope that you will enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay, now please watch our video.
Hello everyone, welcome to Digital International Convention 2020. Today I'm very happy to present our study, incorporating flipping the teaching practices to first year English teachers at Batu Bongkao Public Education. I am Present. I have worked at this college since 2006. We have 4 years of teaching graduation. I am very delighted to work with Miss Sophie. She is an English lecturer of University of Languages and International Studies.
So the video is a little bit soft. We cannot. It's not clear. So can you turn off your volume so that everybody can hear it?
Okay, let me check.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to.
Okay, so
Makes it so
is it okay? Is it better now?
Yes, your voice is okay, but the sound from the videos is a little bit soft. So just play a short part of the video to see. Yeah, it's still very soft. Still very soft, and then we can hear some interference of sound from the outside. Now I cannot hear anything.
I want to ask, is this the sound better? I have just mute myself.
If you mute yourself, so it means that the sound cannot be heard because it should be from your computer. Yeah. So let me see.
Excuse me, moderator, can you use the video clip we sent you on the dashboard? We have already uploaded it. Send it to the moderator, the clips.
I already emailed you
Yeah.
both video and PowerPoint slides.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah. International Convention 2020. Today, I'm very happy to present our study named Incorporating Flipping into Teaching Pronunciation 2 to First-Year English Majors at Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu College of Education. I am Nguyễn Thị Thanh Diệu. I have worked at this college since 2006. I have 4 years of teaching pronunciation. I am very delighted to work with Miss Nguyễn Thị Hải Hà. She is an English lecturer at University of Languages and International Studies in Hanoi. She is extremely committed to innovating her teaching method, and we have great passion for using educational technology into English teaching. There are 6 parts in our presentation today. The first is introduction. The second one comes to lesson 9, where we discuss reason why we conduct this study. And the third part is methodology. Who are participants and what tools to use to get the data. And number 4 is research procedure, how we conducted this study. And number 5, we will discuss significant findings. And our presentation will end with implications. Let's start with the first part, introduction. During the COVID-19 pandemic, school closure is highly recommended to prevent the spread of the coronavirus in the community. Schools close, but learning never stops. To guarantee the continual learning, exploiting EdTech platforms to scaffold this learning and to empower and engage the student in their learning is a necessity. 2016, Microsoft released an online video pay platform named Flipgrid. It can boost social learning and can enhance student engagement. That's why we encourage our students to use Flipgrid when trying this distant learning. And that's why we conducted a study related to Flipgrid. We move on to the second part, resonant. Before starting our study, we interviewed two teachers who often teach pronunciation too, and deliver a questionnaire to a group of second-year students to investigate the difficulties the students often encounter when they learn pronunciation too. From that survey, we got some important information that the average number of students in each English class at Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu College of Education is around 25, and each week they have 90 minutes to teach and learn pronunciation. So we got 3 significant challenges. The first one is engagement. Uneven engagement in class. It means that just confident, just excellent students, they are active in the pronunciation class. And shy students, they just listen and seldom take part in any pronunciation activity in the class. And the second one related to time, they have 90 minutes. So within 90 minutes, teacher have to teach the student how to pronounce, then they do some practice. So with beside class, so they don't have much time to practice in the class. So the second one related to time constraint. And the third one related to feedback. So just some active students, they raise, so the teacher can give them some feedback. And the teacher also don't have much time to give feedback to each student. So the student, they confess that they just receive a few feedback from instructor. So that's the reason why they don't know how to improve their pronunciation. And you can see that teaching pronunciation in Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu College of Education faces some challenges, but no study to address such proposed challenges have been conducted in this college so far. So our study aims to increase engage in pronunciation practice after class. The second one, we want to do that push motivation in learning pronunciation. And the last one, that is enhance self-confidence in speaking English. The next part is research methodology. Participants. 26 first-year English major from Class 13D2 at Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu College of Education take part in this study. 22 female students and 4 male students. Just 2 of them got 9 marks in pronunciation 1, and 3 of them got 8 marks in pronunciation 1, and the rest get from 4 to 7. In this study, we combine both quantitative and qualitative methods to analyze the data. We use questionnaire, interview, and data on flipgrid to analyze the data. There are 2 sets of questionnaire, pre-survey and post-survey. We use questionnaire to investigate the student attitude to learning pronunciation. In particular, pre-survey to investigate the student attitude to learning pronunciation 1 in terms of time engagement, favorability, motivation. Both survey questionnaire to investigate their attitude to incorporating flipgrid into teaching pronunciation and to explore some positive effects on them after using flipgrid to practice pronunciation for 10 weeks. And after that, we asked some students to get more insights emerging from the questionnaires. The question in the interview focused on the reason why they like learning pronunciation too with flipgrid, and how the teachers' feedback helped them improve their pronunciation, and about their increase in their motivation or confidence. And after that, we have looked at the data on flipgrid. We wanted to elaborate the data from interview and the questionnaire. Yeah, as you can see here, we collected 402 responses in this grid, and in total, all teachers and students spent more than 200 hours to engage in all the activity here. The 4 parts, a research procedure. How did we conduct this study? There are 3 stages of the study. The first one is pre-study. Before conducting the study, we did 2 important things. The first one was sending a pre-survey link to all the student participants to investigate their attitude toward learning pronunciation 1 in terms of time engagement after class, motivation, and favorability, and their frequency of using test apps to practice pronunciation after class. The second thing was creating a flipgrid named pronunciation 2 with 1 topic about self-introduction and 29 topics related to 11 units in the book, Headway, Pronunciation, Intermediate. The second stage was studied. During the study, we taught pronunciation with flipgrid for 10 weeks on Microsoft Teams. First session, in the first question, we instructed the students, participants, how to get access to a flipgrid named pronunciation 2 and how to use flipgrid in a blended mode during this term. They are taught how to upload their response, how to give the comments on the other videos, and the blended mode means the student have to watch the guide videos for each topic that the researcher uploaded before. And then they go to the class. The class here is mean that meeting directly on Microsoft Teams. So during the meeting there, the researcher explained again a common error related to each topic. And right after the first session, the students have to post a response introducing themselves. Researcher watched all the video from the first flip read topic, self-introduction, and then gave some comments about the strengths and the weakness of each student. And next one, the student they have to record the videos related to Unit 1 before have a direct meeting with the teacher on and their friends on Microsoft Teams. The teacher, before coming to the second session on Microsoft Teams, the teacher has to give comments for all the videos in the topics related to Unit 1 and collected some common mistakes in the topic. And on the second session, the teacher taught some common mistakes from the student and then give some pronunciation activities so for students to practice. And after the second session, the teacher have to ask the student who committed errors in the first response record another response. And the same procedure were applied to the other units until the end of the book. And the third stage, the report study, after finishing 10 weeks, teaching pronunciation too on Microsoft Teams with flip read, the teacher sent the link post survey to all the participants. Have a look at this short video. This is an evidence for what we did in this study. You can look at the numbers of the videos each student posted for each topic. And we also look at the video, the number of video the student they posted in this grid, the total number. And you can know how active they are and how lazy they are.
The uncle was fascinating. Yes, he's a wonderful person. I felt very bored at the party. Wasn't there anyone to talk?
One, I speak Spanish, but unfortunately I don't speak Swedish. Beat, beat, sleep, sleep, sheep, sheep, bees, bees, cheap, cheap, leak, leak.
Cô chào Giang. Trong bài tập này mình có vẻ là có hai yếu tố làm cho mình làm cái bài này nó chưa được đúng. Thứ nhất là mình quên mất về cách đọc cái âm y dài. Mình sẽ bài này và em sẽ để ý một cái tờ giấy phía trước mình đọc âm bờ bờ bờ, nhưng mà khi mình đọc
I'd like to turn to the fourth part called the findings. As we have two objectives, the research examines attitudes of 26 English majors freshmen at Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu College of Education, and also the second one is what impacts Flipgrid have on students' engagement in pronunciation practice. And here comes our findings on attitudes and impacts. Students' favorability for using Flipgrid to learn pronunciation too. An impact, they get more engagement in pronunciation practice with higher motivation. And also self-confidence is improved. To understand students' favorability, we ask the questions, do you like using Flipgrid in learning pronunciation too? Surprisingly, just only 12% of the students surveyed extremely like Flipgrid. The majority of them like Flipgrid, and 15% of the students surveyed have the neutral feelings. Students also show their reasons for their choice. When they choose, they like or extremely like learning pronunciation too with Flipgrid. The reasons are as follow: easy to use, and they can get feedback from the teachers, and their confidence is enhanced, and they can learn with Flipgrid anytime and anywhere. And also their videos are always available for reference. Especially their pronunciation is improved, as Flipgrid has some captions to show their mistake and to show the correct words in pronunciation. Okay. Here are some evidence from students' feedback. I watch my friends post videos several times first, then I feel more confident. Feedback from the teacher is helpful. It can correct my mistakes in the videos after that. I practice a lot on Flipgrid this term. I'm not afraid of making mistakes when I'm speaking. I feel very happy when I watch my video again with correct captions. Or in my mobile. It is very convenient. I can watch the teacher's lessons and practice anywhere. Vice versa, some students do not like Flipgrid at all, and they show some reasons. In order to have the video clips posted on Flipgrid, they really need much time to practice before submitting, as they know that the videos will be seen and watched by teachers and their friends. Another reason is the internet access. They really need the Wi-Fi or the internet access in order to upload the video. Sometimes because of the internet access, they cannot upload their videos and they have to record again. And the third reason goes with the students who are not very confident. They are afraid of captions. So whenever they speak, the caption is on. and it is not the same as what they really want to pronounce. Some students who do not like Flipgrid also show these reasons. Sometimes, due to some technical problems on Flipgrid, my incomplete video disappears. I felt unpleasant because it took me a lot recording and posting my video. I don't like captions. I pronounce some words correctly, but these words are not identified. I live in a rented house without an internet access. I have to travel to college to practice. I recognized a few mistakes in my posted response, but I couldn't delete it. I have finished with favorability. Now I would like to turn to the impacts. The first impact gain is more engagement among students. Compared to the course pronunciation 1, in the course pronunciation 2 with the introduction of Flipgrid, students all realized that the time spent on pronunciation practice while learning pronunciation 2 is more than while learning pronunciation 1. So it means that they have much more time doing and practicing pronunciation. These figures can show the practice frequencies of students while studying pronunciation 1 and with pronunciation 2. The second impact is a higher motivation because of using Flipgrid. As well, they can get feedback from the teachers. Therefore, the feedback can encourage students to practice pronunciation more than before. With supportive feedback from teachers and captions shown under the video, I know what I mispronounced. I recorded another to correct these mistakes. I always wait for feedback, comment from teachers. I want to better my pronunciation, so I feel happier with many feedbacks. And the last impact on students is confidence. So, confidence in pronunciation too is enhanced among students. After 3 months using Flipgrid, students become more confident when talking in English in front of the crowd. It can be shown with number 55. More than half of the students extremely agree with this sentence. More confident is the key word. It can be illustrated with some comments from students. I shared some of my videos. Speaking English on a group, it means a lot to me. Last year, I was embarrassed when speaking English, sometimes like Vietnamese English. To me, this app caused me to practice pronunciation much more than before, and my pronunciation improved a lot. Practicing a lot on Flipgrid helps me more confident. I'm not psychologically stressed at all when pronouncing English words in front of the
Excuse
crowd.
me, we are time is over, so maybe you spare some time for the Q&A.
I have already finished with the findings in favorability and impacts. So I would like to turn to implication. With the first one, Flipgrid can be used to teach speaking in blended mode. and especially or specifically in pronunciation. And the second, it is advisable to invite foreign teachers as a co-pilot in our Flipgrid, so that we can have the feedback from native teachers, especially in pronunciation. And the third, Flipgrid can be used to collect ideas from students before starting to learn any subjects. That is the end of our presentation today. Thank you for your listening and welcome all comments and feedbacks.
Thank you for your thank you for
Goodbye.
your presentation. It's very vivid and informative and very well organized. And the participant, if you have any questions, you can have 2 minutes to ask the participant, because I think that we have already run out of time. So just 2 minutes for you to ask, I think, just one question. So the participant, can you help? So if there's any questions from the participants, or you can ask directly to the speaker, or you can leave in the chat box so they can give you the answer. Okay, so due to the limitation of time, we will not have much time for each session. So if the participant, you have any questions, you can send email directly to the speaker, and they are very willing to answer your questions. Okay, yeah, so thank you so much for the speaker and also the participants for a very profound convention today. So I hope you good health and success for your future career. Thank you very much and see you next time. Yeah, thank you, the speaker.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Okay, thanks, Tan, for your support, and thank everyone for your concerns to our study. And if you
Yeah,
have any question, send us directly via email.
that's right. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, goodbye.